company with the carrier or the truck. The carrier is just another term for the truck that's delivering the good. And again, another reason why this is a very good industry to tap into is because products must always move. You think about a timestamp on, let's just use dairy as an example. The dairy has to go from this location to this location by a certain time frame. If it is late, if it doesn't meet the deadline, it may expire, or the vendor who is being shipped to may reject it, and that is a loss of revenue. And so therefore, products must always move, and the broker is the middleman to make sure that the products move. So freight broker companies, once established, can make a couple of $100,000 per month. So you think about those numbers. I will speak and just say a couple of $100,000 per month is a very what's the word to use? I'll just stick with this. Freight broker companies, once established, can make a couple of $100,000 per month. Shippers always need transporters, even if the shipper has a current carrier. Certain things happen. So the shipper could have a trucking company that they use always, but what happens? Trucks break down. There's issues. Truck drivers may have an issue. There's always something that can occur. Natural disasters can cause a person to be delayed. And so what happens is, as a broker, you could, if you don't have the contract with the shipper, then you could actually make revenue by just the individual loads. So when a shipper, when their contracted company is unable to meet the obligation, you as the broker can meet that load. You can pick up that load and you get a percentage of the revenue from the cost of that. You're just a middleman. You literally have a computer, a phone, some documents, certain type of software that you utilize, and that's all you need, and you can make this revenue. So you have the driver driving, you have the shipper shipping, and you're the middleman pairing them together and getting a percentage of the cost. Another way that a broker receives revenue is by setting up contracts with shippers. So the individual loads, you get a percentage for that. But if you set up a contract with a shipper, for every single load that is carried, you receive a percentage from those loads. So that's going to be a continuous revenue as long as that contract is standing. Now you can see how this can generate a good revenue source. Because again, if you would like to become a licensed freight broker and would like to take a class on how to set up your brokerage firm and how to get licensed, you can email me. My email is chayalifeessentials@gmail.com. Again, that's chayalifeessentials@gmail.com. Now, the additional way that I wanted to speak with you, this is more long-term. The additional way that I want to speak to you about is being your own bank. And this is just generating generational wealth, family wealth. And so it's a loan. This will allow your cash on hand to be utilized as an investment as opposed to you utilizing it outright. So a lot of times people may go outright and purchase their items. Instead, you can finance from your own bank, from your own resource. This ideology actually came about by an economist named Nelson Nash, and he gives one way that you can establish your own bank, and that way is basically to utilize your whole life insurance policy. So you take out a dividend paying whole life insurance policy. and utilize that. So typically, in order for that to mature, for you to be able to borrow against your policy that you paid in, it's going to take about 10 years, right? But you are borrowing against your own money. So let me say that again. So your bank is literally your whole life insurance policy, okay? And you pay into your whole life insurance policy for approximately 7 to 10 years, and then you're able to borrow from your own bank, your own revenue that you paid into your policy. Now, there's some benefits of this. Some people will say, oh, if I borrow and something happened to me, would my people still get paid? Your people would still get paid. The policy will still pay out the amount it's supposed to pay out. So there are ways to calibrate these policies, and thus this can make them excellent tools for cash flow management. All right, you have to have a whole life policy and the right whole life policy. These are also good places to house or warehouse your wealth. It's not being taxed. Okay, so this is a good place to house your wealth and then borrow against your wealth, and then pass that wealth on to your generations and to your family and teach them the concept also. This is a concept that millionaires do. And if you are serious about increasing your revenue, then you want to begin to do what those who have learned the game. They know you want to start doing what they do so that you can multiply your wealth also. So, with your own bank through these whole life insurance policies, as time progresses and you put your savings into a properly designed whole life insurance policy,